What's up, man? Loving these new features. Glad I didn't play this today otherwise. This is some pretty big changes. Let me turn the volume of this down a little bit. Hold on. It's the first beta of 2.3. Right now, he changed the combo system a little bit. There's the Streets of Rage 4 screen locking, so no more Shadow Realm. Unless they're not attacking. They can still go into Shadow Realm if they're not attacking. So the pacing's a lot better. Like right there, they all went. They weren't able to go into the Shadow Realm. Yeah, he was playing this earlier today, a couple hours ago. I was kind of waiting to stream until he put it up. Volume is really hard on OpenBOR. It's naturally very loud. I'm trying to find a good volume. That sounds better. Don't attack Rue. Attack this asshole. We're not gonna leave. Okay, yeah. I was like, why isn't he leaving? He's supposed to leave. What's this way? Oh, it's just back to get on the 2 route. We'll play on 3 for a little bit. So I always play, I just keep playing 2 over and over. boss track's really good. One of the tracks everybody agrees on being good in 3. Everything else is very divisive. Most of the rest of the soundtrack, not great. Yeah, it's for a change. Kinda just trying out the other stuff right now. New mechanics he added. This just came out like 10 minutes ago. Pretty much as soon as I had it downloaded, I started streaming. I was kinda just taking the day off today. Because I've been working too hard, especially since I don't take holidays. Put up something every day. I spent most of the day just relaxing, but then he dropped this on me, so I'm like, alright, I'll make an exception. I'll do some work today. He wants my feedback. This stupid stuff like this. I lost my first life because of this dumb gimmick. That's what I hate about Streets of Rage 3. Get rid of this crap. I wish he would just like not include this. It's dumb. It's just a waste of time. Lost my first life because of this stupid minigame. I hate it. You should just, like, take that out. It serves no purpose at all. It's like a Kamiya minigame. It's just kind of there. There's no value to it. Just distracts from the actual normal gameplay. I haven't done that part of the 3 in, like, has to be at least 15 years. I forgot that you can still iframe through the bulldozer hitting you.
bare knuckle.
No, this is like the worst part of this game. It's this minecart that fucking goes on forever. An example of the bad pacing in this game compared to 2. I think this level is why I never play Streets of Rage 3. This goes on for like what feels like a decade. Boring. The gimmick overstays its welcome. Streets of Rage 3 has better mechanics than 2, but the pacing and the music is way worse. I think Final Fight 3 is the better beat 'em up between Streets of Rage 3 and Final Fight. It's a better game overall. Both have very similar mechanics. They both added dashing and dodging and supers. And 3 added the whole weapon favorite system. This part of the game sucks. So bad. What were they thinking? They're not even making any forward progress. It doesn't feel like you're, like, actually getting anywhere. It just keeps going and going and going. Most annoying enemies, too. Thank the gods, man. Oh, I forgot there's more! This is why I don't play Streets of Rage 3. The pacing just, like, fell off a cliff. I'm tired of this minecart gimmick already. I'm really sick of it, and it just keeps going. 5 screens of that was enough. No more. Now it's even worse because it's on one plane. And you have these ninja guys spamming projectiles. Like it's Neo. It's just dumb. This goes on for like another 10 minutes too. To make you want to stop playing the game. I don't think anybody would care about the authenticity of this if you just like remove these two screens completely. It's not fun. It's really frustrating. Overstays its welcome. Especially in all it spawns is just these obnoxious enemies. Nothing actually fun to fight. I'm about to rage quit and just play 2. I forgot how much I hate this. It's just so slow and boring. How much more of this pain? Fuck Streets of Rage 3. I wanted to have a little bit of variety, but I can't stand that game. It's just not fun at all. Yeah, all the gimmicks and stuff. It feels like a freaking Kamiya-directed game. Just stupid shit that has no place. It's boring and annoying, and it just wastes your time. I wish that game was better. Glad 3 didn't have any stupid gimmicks like that. I mean, 4. That game just actively pisses me off. I can't stand playing it. Then they have the maze where you have to destroy all the missiles or whatever. That's dumb too. It's like not much reason to play on the 3 route outside of variety. Because you could just play 2, which has better music and pacing. And almost no gimmicks. With the same improved mechanics. That's how it feels to me anyway. When he adds the Streets of Rage run route, I will play that. Streets of Rage 1 is pretty devoid of gimmicks too. 3 is just, it's not for me. That's why it's always been a very divisive game in the beat-em-up community. Frustratingly divisive, because they made the gameplay objectively better, but everything else about the game is not. Just have the benefits of Final Fight 3 definitely did the whole multiple path thing better. The only problem with Final Fight 3 is the SNES's worst hardware for beat-em-ups. You can only have 3 enemies on the screen at once. I would love a Final Fight type game like this, where the mechanics are updated. That would be really cool. The Genesis is objectively better for beat-em-ups than the Super Nintendo, because it has a better processor. That's why Streets of Rage 2 can have like 8 enemies on the screen at once, and the Final Fight games on Super Nintendo barely have that. A lot of gimmicky levels, yeah, exactly. Streets of Rage 3 was like the beginning of character action games and beat-em-ups having stupid gimmicks. That game's like directly responsible for tainting these beautiful games with that garbage. Now that you think about it. what she can do with the new mechanics. I feel bad for the developer. It's not his fault. The Streets of Rage 3 path is not fun to play. He's obviously putting a lot of work into it, but it's just one of those things where the source material just doesn't work. At least when he adds the Streets of Rage 1 path, which I don't know when that's going to be. Seems like these next few versions are going to be about improving the mechanics and stuff. Like this version adds the Streets of Rage 4 combo system. It also adds screen locking, like Streets of Rage 4 and Streets of Fury EX. Seems like he's just focusing on mechanics. At least when the one route comes, you'll have a little bit more variety. Streets of Rage 3 is just... It's not a bad game, it's just they tried to fix what wasn't broken. Beat 'em ups, that generally does mean that it's not fun to play. Maybe I'll pay this guy to make a Final Fight 3X. That would be pretty damn cool. Definitely played Final Fight 3 back then, way more than Streets of Rage 3. I did not have a Genesis growing up. I had to go to friends' houses to play it. I did have a friend that was younger than me at the time that had, he had 1, 2, and 3. So I did grow up with these games, but I didn't have them at home. But as I got older and emulation and all the 10,000 times they ported this game, I definitely played 2 the most. 1 and 2. 3's never really been a big favorite of mine. Final Fight 3, on the other hand, I played a ton. Final Fight 3 did a better job of trying to change the formula. Final Fight 3 and Streets of Rage 3 were like a year apart, and then they were the last entries in those series for 26 years. There was Final Fight Revenge and Streetwise after 3, neither of which were good games. Streetwise was made by the American branch, Capcom, for some reason. It was like one of the last games they put out. The obvious why. I remember trying that game. I can unlock like Guy later on. Here it's not good. Alright, I'm gonna switch gears here. Working on a Musa mode playthrough with Kyo. I think I'm gonna switch to that. 2.3 is only in beta, so he's gonna be adding more later. I guess I need to give him some feedback. Switch to LNS for a little bit. I don't feel like playing too hard tonight. Just play for a little bit. It's been 25 years since the last mainline Final Fight. But according to that Capcom leak, they're going to be remaking the first one, which I'm not sure how they're going to do that. I feel like that game should not be touched. They're better off just making a Final Fight 4. But according to that leak, it's not going to be out for like 2 or 3 years, so I'm sure plans can change. We probably don't even have any like assets done or anything. Ugh. Final Fight 3 still holds up because it's got things like fast walking speed, unlike a lot of other modern beat-em-ups, and good pacing.
Oh my God.
I don't really think it needs to be remade. You're better off to just make like a Final Fight 4 without any confines of having to be a remake and being judged as one. It can be judged on its own 2 feet. That's why Streets of Rage 4 is divisive, because it's not trying to be a remake. It's a little easier for them to do new things, like all the new mechanics and stuff. Maybe it'll be like Ninja Warriors once again. That would be ideal. It's basically the same game, just with some updated things, and they redid all the pixel art. Which they could have gotten away with not doing. The game has really good pixel art. But the Mad Lads did it anyway. We'll see, though. A little weird that they're doing it. It's supposed to be like, I think 2 years from now, like 2023 or something. It's weird how they didn't do it for like the 30th anniversary. 30th anniversary was last year. 89. Fuck. I don't care right now, this run's already toast. I was recording this earlier. I don't care. I'm just playing casually right now. See how far I can get. This run's already shit anyway. Double call man. That's what I hate about this game, man. It's so frustrating. You get hit like once, and then half your health is gone. I wish this game was better balanced. It's a lot of fun to play, but it's just too frustrating. It's too long. I wish this game was like half an hour long and better balanced, so getting hit like once like that doesn't just completely end your run. That's what's really frustrating about this game. And playing on normal is worse because you get like no extends. Actually, no, you get 2 extends. But on here you get an extend every 100,000. Try normal.
Behold the art of machinery.
Should probably practice on normal anyway. I could probably 1cc this at some point. It's just I get exhausted playing it. points. Level up. Orika, amazing. Misaligned. Ah, damn 2P. Out of the way. Now it's the Bill Bull causing problems. What? Dropping everything tonight. Alright, good. That would have reset if I died there. Way too early. Get some points here, so you can easily perfect it. It's Oniyaki. Oh good, got maximum items. Try to keep those on screen. So I go into the Call Man fight with some good damage. Actually it's Eddie. Eddie here, not Call Man. Call Man's the other route. I know the Call Man quite well because of all my time with Final Fight 3. As a kid. Damn Hollywood. He's been annoying since 1989. Just like Jet. Can't side switch off that. Don't want him in the Shadow Realm because his guns do so much damage. Oh, no. Dude, fucking Hollywood, man. You're really pissing me off right now. It's like the third time. Ah, so obnoxious. Oh, someone sent me $5. Thank you. Don't expect that when I play stuff like this. Some of the least popular games I play on the channel and stuff like this, but this is what I grew up with. Games like this. If it wasn't for stuff like Final Fight and Streets of Rage and Double Dragon, I probably wouldn't have a channel. I've loved this stuff for many years. Deathless so far. I can make it through this level, and I have a pretty much guaranteed extend. Likewise, if I die here, I'm probably just gonna stop streaming. Lots on the line here. I'm like halfway through the game right now. Got some points here. You actually want score items in this game versus the average beat 'em up where they're just not food, so they're useless. Point items double as healing items. You can also use them strategically to level up and get your health back. So this batch of enemies should level me up. Yeah. Alright. That healing item stay? Yes, it will. It's not a good one, though. Fuck.
No more bubbling.
Damn it, I had it right there. Nice. Nice. Got the extend, and I have not died yet. So I'm sitting on 3 lives right now. Pretty damn good, considering I don't play this as often as the other beat-em-ups I frequent. Definitely gonna go uptown. I don't want to do industrial area. Not in this game. No thanks. Nice. Got a level up off that. First batch should give me level 23. Clean section. Final fight 2, level 1 boss. It's not a good combination of enemies. Got a decent chunk off. Nice. Deathless so far. Playing really well for some reason. Maybe actually taking a break and not working so hard is helping. It's actually a pretty good level of play right now. I need to go to the bathroom. Be right back. Fight Ret 2 now. Ret 2. Natsu, man. Haunting me. That was a bad move on my part. Nice. Good stuff. Playing really well tonight. This is the farthest I've ever gotten in this game without dying. I've never gotten this far without dying before. About 180k, I'll have another extend. Try to get all the barrels here. This is going to get me pretty close to 400k. The problem is I'm going to get the Capcom All-Stars part, which like doubles the length of the game. I'm playing with the controller by plugging it in. Yeah, that got me almost 100k. You just plug it in and it works. zombie chain's actually nice because it kind of removes them from the fight for a little bit. But enemies like this, you just want to kill them. They're so dangerous. Get them all over on one side. Hollywoods. Yeah, I've gotten the rest of those. They're really preventing me from getting those barrels. Working hard for that raise. Clean shot there. He ate the damn food. Forgot that he can do that. How did you avoid getting hit by all those guys? Oh shit, invincibility. Fuck. So cheap. Smokes won't stop spawning. No way. Why is there someone always right behind me? Nice! Wow. Big plays. Big plays. I think his turn punch has like invincibility in this game or something. It's the only way I can explain how he went through all that somehow. I need the food. There's no food. Give me food, game. Go this far with no food. There's probably food on the next screen. Drop food. Shit. Just die. Give me food, please. No food! Fucking A, man. That guy is always right there. So damn annoying. That wouldn't have leveled me up anyway. It's bullshit how you beat a level and it doesn't give you any damn food. It doesn't heal you back. She's starting to go south really fast. Stupid Balrog fight. That's a long way to go. This is the end of the base game. A long way to go without dying at least. No, you don't. You should not have opened that. Fucking A, man. Come on! Die! Give me a level up. Yes. Oh, what a rush this game is. We'll drop food too. I've still got one more extend, but the problem is this game doesn't know when to end, and after this there's like 3 more levels, which is what I don't like about this game. I wish it just ended after this. It's already so exhausting to play. Doesn't need to be any longer.
No more goblins. No more goblins.
I wish I could say this was the end of the game, but no. It keeps going after this. I don't know why. I would play this a lot more if after you beat Akuma, it just ended.
The mighty bites. I am Akuma, and I will kill you for making a
Coconuts.
No more goblins.
No, come on, man. That was like right in front of his hitbox. Bullshit. I wish this game was shorter. It's just so exhausting. Can't believe there's like another half of the game after this. I hope it just ends right here. No, I don't want to do more. Let me skip it. Fuck. I don't want to do more. Why isn't that enough? I feel like this stuff should just be optional. It's like you beat the game. I'm already tired at this point, and I have like no lives left. And there's still so much more. I don't like long beat-em-ups like this, because I get too attached. I get frustrated. I like when I can finish it in under an hour. There's no way I'm gonna finish this now. This is where I start to not like this game. I've already been playing for like an hour, and it's still not over. It's weird as this stuff is in like an extra mode too. We should just end up at that point. Starts to really overstay its welcome. Frustrated that I got this far and then it gave me this. It gave me this, which I don't want to do. I just wanted to finish the game. But you can't, like, choose to just end it. I wish it was like Battle Circuit. Battle Circuit, they let you choose to not do the extra stuff. I don't care, I want credit cleared the game anyway. It's just all this extra stuff that gets too exhausting. It never ends. Just all the annoying enemies. They're already like physically, mentally checked out at this point. And it just doesn't stop. But at least you can't pick up the guns in this. Ironically, this is also the part where the Alien vs. Predator beat 'em up becomes terrible. This exact point when that game becomes awful, it just becomes a shooter. You can't attack anything anymore. Well, I'm proud of my progress. I would love to play this game more, but it really tires me out. It's one of those games where it's like, it's got too much of a good thing, at least in my opinion. I know some people really like long beat-em-ups, but I tend to prefer shorter ones. When it gets to this point where it's like 90 minutes long, I'm like checked out at that point. Not because it's repetitive, just because it's the focus it requires. That's the first time I ever got that far on one credit though, so I'm proud of that. I don't really care about beating this part. It's cool to have like all the Capcom beat-em-ups in one game and everything, don't get me wrong, but pacing-wise, it's a little bit too much.
No more jugglings. No more jugglings. No more jugglings.
Well, the extend's gone now. This game's too damn long. This game's like for the people that like IGS beat-em-ups. IGS beat-em-ups are very similar to this. They have like really robust mechanics. They're fun to play, but they're just too damn long. At that point, you want to just like take a break. Those games don't know when to end either. They go on and on and on. I think Knights of Valor 2, if you do like the longest path, is like 2 hours long. Which is like really excessive to me. I'm way past checked out at that point. At least in one sitting. But Knights of Valor 2 is like the most popular beat 'em up ever, so we're obviously doing something right. It's just not for me. I can play like Streets of Rage 2X like twice in the time it takes to finish this game once. This is a pretty damn good credit though. It just kind of fell apart at the end. I'm sure if I keep practicing, I could probably 1cc this. If I play Knights of Valor 7 Spirits, no. I heard that got a Dreamcast port recently. Because it's on the Thomas Wave hardware. As much as I don't like the length of this game, the engine it's on does allow you to save and reload, so if you're putting on a performance like I am right now, it's a problem. You just get really tired. Especially since finding time to look at the chat is really hard too. This is not a very stream-friendly game. Not because it's got offensive content. This game does have some offensive content, but mostly just because there's like almost no time to look at the chat. People have been asking questions, and I can't get to it until minutes later. But you can split this up. You can go through like the first half and play the second half the next day. But for like videos and stuff, streams, it's just not a very friendly game. This is a pretty damn good credit though. If I had played a little better towards the end there, I probably could have finished this. I got to the end with all my extends. I didn't die until like level 5. Level of play was pretty good there for a while. Yeah, the most popular beat 'em up is nothing made by Capcom. It's actually a lot of the IGS stuff. Really popular over in Asia. I'm sure our beat 'em up friends in Asia, some of which I think are in this channel, they love a game like this, but me, I like shorter ones. Gladiator? Yeah, I've played that before. That's one of their shorter ones. Ironically, I think that game is less popular in Asia because it's shorter. They're masochists. Oh well. That was a good run. Not bad. Considering I've never gotten this far with this character before, that's the farthest I've ever gotten on one credit. That's a hell of a lot of progress. There's like 2 or 3 more levels after this. Not bad. I can't complain about that. I did finish the main game. This is all just extra stuff. It's all good. That's enough of that for tonight, though. Playing that game's like running a mile. Trying to get like a new personal best on like a mile run or something. Like going on a hike. Oh well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's just a little impromptu beat 'em up stream. I don't really expect to get viewers for that kind of stuff because it's past the normal age demographic, but I think I actually have a relatively older demographic than most gaming channels because I play a lot of older stuff, older older inspired stuff. I play mostly recent games, but I play stuff like that a lot too. Yeah, I'm glad I could get like 10 viewers for an old looking game like that. That means a lot to me. Do I feel like doing anything else tonight? Probably do more 2X tomorrow. Today it's past midnight here. Looking like I'll do more 2X. So that game's a lot more. I can play that game like twice in a row. LNS Ultimate. If I get that far, I'm not gonna touch it again for like a few days. Lots of exciting news today. Project BBQ got a new trailer, and then there's an ArcSys and aiding co-developed DNF game coming, fighting game, which just by proxy would be way more appealing to me than Grand Blue because I don't know anything about Grand Blue. But you guys have been around on this channel for a long time. You know I used to play a ton of DNF, DFO. I played both versions for like years, and then I just kind of stopped cold turkey. But I'm interested in Project BBQ, but it still has no release date. I'm glad that they remember that it existed because it got announced like 2 years ago when there was nothing. The fighting game looks pretty cool. Neither of them have release dates. They showed a couple characters. There's like the Berserker. They had the Inquisitor, female striker, and male grappler. Obviously, oh yeah, I think they showed Ranger too. I think it was Ranger. Obviously, they have like 70 classes in DFO right now, so they can't include everybody. I would imagine they're probably going to do like one per class. Like they'll probably have like the Rogue and like I don't know, probably the Summoner, Battle Mage or something. Like one Lancer. That would actually be a pretty decent roster. And then like maybe from there they can with DLC they can expand to the other classes. I think there's like what like a dozen. I think there's like a dozen base classes in DFO right now, and then they all have multiple subclasses. So if you took every base class and gave them one representation, that would be about. I'm curious right now. I haven't kept up with DFO in ages. How many base classes are there? There are 14 base classes, and then there's the Creator and the Dark Knight, which I couldn't really see them using. That's not a bad base roster. Just take one from every class, and then they would have like infinite potential. They could do like 5 seasons of 5 characters each before they'd run out. That's going to be pretty interesting. I hope it's a little more in depth than Grand Blue. I hear Grand Blue is pretty simple. I've never played it myself because it's never freaking on sale. GameStop had it on sale physically, but none of the stores in my area had it. It was like $20. That I would have paid that much for that game, but then it's like full price for that, and then all the DLC. That's way too expensive for something I'd really only play just for single player. I hear the player base is dwindling at this point, and also it doesn't have rollback. But on PC, it like never goes on sale. It's always crazy expensive. That's pretty exciting, though. I definitely will play both of those games when the time comes. I would imagine BBQ will get localized. Problem with DFO right now is that besides the gameplay issues, is the sprites are so old. They looked good at the time, but now it's just kind of like just a mess. Because like the characters that came out more recently, like the Lancer and the Agent and stuff, they have like way better animation. And then the Mage has like 4 frames of animation. The Mage looks terrible, even if you're into lollies, which I'm not. I always thought she was embarrassing to look at. Could tell they did not make DFO with the intention of it lasting for 15 years. They didn't really think about that kind of thing when they made those sprites, because now it's like it's such a huge problem for them to add even like 1 frame of animation because of all the avatars and stuff. It's like a big deal for them to add a new move in that game. I know some people don't like that it's going 3D. As long as they have controller support, I'm cool with it. I think they've done all they can with pixel art, and I think they actually haven't been using pixel art for a while. I think they like trace over 3D models or something. Seems like the gameplay is better, at least in what they showed. It wasn't just like current DFO is, where he just spams screen clearing moves and everything is in hyper armor all the time, and it doesn't even play like a beat 'em up anymore. That's why I stopped playing that game. Yeah, Project BBQ. It seems like it's a spin-off, but it's basically a sequel. They have a lot of the same characters in there. It has more modernized gameplay. It's full 3D. Looks cell shaded. It was announced like back like about 2 years ago actually, and there's been nothing from it since then. But this morning they did the DNF festival and they announced it. And what was telling was that um, apparently they announced like almost nothing for the main DFO game. They announced like another raid was coming, and that was it. And then everything else was just advertising other games. I don't really know how much longer they can keep DFO going for at this point. I wouldn't say it's overstayed its welcome. It's just the way that it plays now does not interest me. I liked it a lot more when it actually felt like a beat 'em up, but then they started doubling down on the raid stuff, and those kinds of things are not fun to me. Closers is better in most ways. The problem with closers is the player base is a lot smaller, and it's a massive grind to get all the best in slot gear is time gated. You don't have the chance to like just get a lucky drop and make a build off it. And that's what's kind of been burning me off closers. I haven't been playing it much for the past few weeks. You don't make much progress playing that game daily, but the upside is there's no RNG to it. As long as you keep playing, you will get it. But just the thought of doing that long ass grind for like the other 10 characters I have, it's a little bit daunting. There's upsides and downsides to the way both of those games do the end game loot process. DFO, it's like, you can play for like a week and potentially get everything, or you can play for like a year and get nothing. Or closers, it's like you can play for months and you'll get it, but you'll be making almost no progress between that time. So hopefully, what little they showed in the trailer, it looked like something I would play, but it depends on how controller friendly it is. They have a chance. That game has a chance to survive outside of Korea and Japan. I'm sure in Korea, Japan, and Asia, like China and stuff, it'll be very, really popular, but it has a chance here. It looks good enough. I'm more concerned with the mechanics than how it looks, because I love the way that DFO looks. I love a good pixel art beat 'em up, but DFO mechanically has not been a beat 'em up for like years now. It's kind of like cosplaying as a beat 'em up at this point, but it isn't actually one anymore. They showed stuff like universal dodge canceling. Seems like they were like just dodges and stuff. So even if the power creep does get to that point, at least it'll be more active than just solving a stupid puzzle gimmick phase and then just doing your most powerful stuff. Like maybe mages could actually stay in the fray instead of staying back. I feel like they're trying to sunset DFO because there's just like not much that can be done with it. They don't have the luxuries of like all the other popular action MMOs like closers and PSO2 and stuff. Like they're basically remaking PSO2 from scratch. And the reason they can do that is because it's in 3D. Whereas with DFO, it would be a massive undertaking. And then there's the problem of all the avatars and stuff. Like nobody would want. They can't update the sprite without updating every single avatar, which is a ridiculous amount of work for probably little payoff. No, I think Project BBQ is like them trying to softly sunset DFO. Maybe just put it to rest for good. At the same time, it makes so much money. They'll find a way to keep it going, but I haven't liked the direction it's been going for a really long time. 3D would definitely benefit it though, as much as I love pixel art. I feel like doing pixel art at this point, especially with the expectation for it to be HD pixel art, which is a lot harder to do. There's no way that they could do that. Or they would have to like take out the avatar system, which is like one of the biggest money makers. And people will pay a ton of money to dress up. That's like how PSO2 got by with barely any monetization outside of cosmetics. They got by with that for what, like 7 years? 6, 7 years, then they started introducing the star gems and stuff. The fact that they got by that long as free to play with barely any predatory stuff is pretty cool. But with pixel art, it's physically impossible to do that. It's going to be a pretty interesting year next year. Everything is getting pushed back to next year. Hopefully, Tales of Arise drops. Hopefully, Bayonetta 3 still exists. What else? Cyber Shadows next year. A couple other things I was looking forward to. Neo 2 PC port might be really awesome with mods. East 9 is getting localized next year. It's going to be pretty damn stacked. I should enjoy having some chill time right now. Haven't been really doing any major projects. The last thing I did was the Neo stuff, and that was mostly just because I was already doing it anyway. I think I feel like playing one more game. Maybe I'll see if I can get a Neo party going. I don't feel like starting a new game right now. I'm kind of a little focused on Neo and then Streets of Rage 2X right now. Those are like my main games at the moment. I did buy some stuff from the sale, but nothing particularly interesting. I kind of like maxed out buying stuff on Steam. I spend like maybe $20 to $50 every Steam sale, which is nothing. There are some people who spend like $500 every Steam sale. I can't do that. There's not enough games on there that interest me. Granblue seems like I would really like the single player content, but it's way too damn expensive. It never goes on sale. I'm not paying $60 for that. I wonder if it's on sale right now. Let me check. The Takeover I'm not a big fan of. The Takeover has the same problem that Final Fight LNS Ultimate has, where it's too long. Also, the mechanics are nowhere near as good as Final Fight LNS Ultimate. If you have the patience for a really long ass beat 'em up, then Final Fight LNS is great. But if you like shorter ones, it can be a very exhausting game to play. Whereas Takeover does not have anywhere near as good mechanics, and the first level is like 15 minutes long. That game is way too long for its own good. That's one of the things that's mentioned a lot in reviews for that game is that it's not bad looking, the music's decent, but the mechanics don't carry it for that long. It's kind of got like Castle Crasher syndrome. Castle Crashers is like 6 hours of doing the same combo over and over and over. The Takeover is a lot like that. It's not a very responsive game. I've tried playing that game numerous times, and I stop like past the first level. I'm already exhausted. It's really hard to make a beat 'em up these days, to be fair, because you know people growing up now, they don't understand the value of something that's short and replayable. Everything has to be padded out like shit. You could thank like Ubisoft and Rockstar, all the big AAA developers for that. How games have to be padded out so much. It's really hard to find a game that you can beat in like an hour or less, but is like infinitely replayable. Those are the kinds of games I put a lot of time into, like 20XX, Fight and Rage, Streets of Rage 4, Streets of Fury EX and stuff. Like I can keep playing those games. Assault Spy as well. Assault Spy playthroughs like 2 or 3 hours. But these days, if you put out like an arcade length game, people complain that it's too short because they don't have that mentality that people like me grew up with, where less is more. I don't envy anyone trying to make a beat 'em up these days. There's too many things that you can screw up. Can either be like devoid of death but really good looking, and then it's also too long, or it can be super deep, but by the time it's over, you feel like your hands are gonna fall off, and you just want to like hibernate for 14 hours because you're so mentally exhausted. It's really hard to find a game that strikes a balance. The closest would be Streets of Rage 4 for sure, because you can beat that game in about an hour. It doesn't overstay its welcome. The main problem I have with Streets of Rage 4 is just not being able to run. It's too slow paced for me. I really only like playing as Cherry. I hope that that's something that they'll revisit when they do the DLC. Yeah, that's why stuff like Final Fight, has stood the test of time for over 30 years. Because, you can beat that game in less than an hour, and it flows pretty well. There are some aspects of it that have aged really poorly, especially when you play it on emulator, some of the bullshit that happens. But it's a product of its time. It was designed to make money. Final Fight will pull random bullshit to end your credit and make you spend more money. But it still does a lot of things right. A lot of these ones that come out now, they're just way too slow paced, or they're too long, or they're just punch and jump, which does not fly anymore. I feel like all the indie beat 'em ups that try to imitate pre Final Fight stuff like Double Dragon, I don't see the point of them. Double Dragon is nowhere near as fondly remembered as Final Fight because Final Fight was like the first game to really refine the genre. A lot of things like being invincible on throws, having a super joy to get people off you, a Final Fight, the Capcom grab combo and stuff. Everything previous to that has aged like milk. But for some reason, developers keep trying to make games like that, and that does not interest me in the slightest. I'm very hard to please, though. I've been around since the Double Dragon days, so. But there's definitely a schism. There's a discrepancy between. It's interesting that Streets of Rage 4 actually got pretty well reviewed for basically being something you can finish in 60 to 90 minutes. It could have easily screwed it up and made it like a 6 hour long game. But that's actually a game that you can beat in one sitting and not feel too tired. Even with how slow it is, not being able to walk, to dash and stuff and run, it's still designed in a way that you can finish it before you get exhausted. It's like the polar opposite of that game I was just playing. I was pretty checked out after I beat Akuma. You notice I started playing a lot worse because it was already like an hour at that point, and there's like another 30, 40 minutes after that. But I think Streets of Rage 4 sets a good precedent. Sets a good precedent that you can actually make something arcade length. If it's good enough quality and it's got enough depth to it, people will still play it. It doesn't need grinding. It doesn't need to have a 6-hour campaign that's too long to the point where you never want to play it again. Double Dragon did, yes, but it's much worse than Final Fight in like every aspect. You go back and play those games, they age so poorly. I find it odd that so many indie beat 'em ups come out and they're just like punch and jump. Like if I wanted that, I would just play Final Fight again. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't want the same thing I was playing 30 years ago. I want something that's taken advantages of the advancements in game design we've had since the 80s and the early 90s. And it's not just the same thing with a fresh coat of paint. Hey Samurai, did you want to play Neo for a little bit? I'm down for a little bit of Neo tonight. I'm pretty checked out after what I was playing, but you want to play some Neo, I'll head over. Up to you. I've got a little bit of energy. I have a little bit more gaming in me. I took most of today off. I barely did any gaming. I just kind of rested, which is it's hard for me. I'm clinically mentally ill, so people who have clinical anxiety, we have a hard time relaxing. I can't relax like a normal person. I always have to be stimulated by something. I don't have ADD, but just when you're anxious, it's hard to just sit there and do nothing. I always had to be doing something. And I've been kind of like the past few days, I've been like trying to sleep more and not work so hard. I was pretty proud. I did almost no work on this channel at all today. I hopped on stream and I made like 2 videos, which took like 10 minutes. And that's all I did today. I did nothing else. It felt nice because I never take a day off. So I do this every day. I need to take more breaks, honestly. I found some site selling Grand Blue Versus game for like 16 bucks, but it's one of those shady sites. I don't trust them. I'm not going to get my account banned over a cheap game. I've spent way too much on Steam to do that. Let's wait till it goes on sale again. Yeah, that site looks shady as fuck. Probably get the keys from like Russia and then Steam gift you or something. Ask you to install a VPN, which is like Way too much effort. I would rather just buy the game full price at that point. I'm not gonna buy some shady key from Russia and get it as a Steam gift and then like get my account banned. Alright, Samurai, did you want to play some Neo? I'm logging on right now. I don't know how much I can play tonight, but I'll play for a little bit. Yeah, there's a Final Fight leak. Game got leaked. I don't really think they need to make a remake, though. I'm kind of on the fence about it being a remake. Final Fight is still pretty well designed considering how old it is. Being like 31 years old at this point, almost 32. It's still a pretty well designed game. I really think they should not touch it. I think they should just make Final Fight 4. I think the way Streets of Rage 4 did it was better. It's just like don't try to remake what's already there. Just leave those games untouched. Despite the fact that there are a lot of jank and frustrating things about the old Streets of Rage games. Just make something new. That way the expectations are a lot less. Whereas if you remake something, it's expectations are through the roof. Although Capcom has done a fair amount of good remakes. Maverick Hunter X was pretty good. I thought that was one of the better, like, retro remakes. That was actually a pretty good game. They have made some good remakes. Yeah, I'm setting up right now. Yeah, I don't know how much of this I have in me tonight. The game's not working right now. Controller's not working. What the hell happened? It's like PSN bodied or something? There it goes. holiday rush. The eShop was down for like 8 hours last night. Alright, I'll wait for you. If you can help me through a few floors, I'd be satisfied with that. Mentally, I'm pretty exhausted. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I just wanted help clearing a few levels. I should not have even turned this on, honestly. Hey, what's up, Kratos? It's not your fault, yeah. I don't like Streets of Rage 3. That version of the game is awesome, man. I'll be playing it more later. It's nothing against you, I just don't like Streets of Rage 3's pacing. It's not your fault that game is designed the way it is. Totally not your fault. I mostly play the 2 route. I'm not a big fan of Streets of Rage 3. I like the gameplay of 3, I hate the pacing of 3. Nothing against you. I love Streets of Rage 2X. That's like one of my favorite, becoming one of my favorite beat-em-ups of all time. You're not responsible for the way the original game is. Yeah. It's not Kratos' fault that game is the way it is. He is doing, the beat-em-up god's work making that game. He's doing a really damn good job. There's not much that can be done. If you started changing it, then it wouldn't be Streets of Rage 3 route anymore. I don't hold it against you. Totally not your fault at all. Streets of Rage 3 has always been a very divisive game. It always has been, it always will be. Because there's things that are really great about it, like the updating the gameplay, but then the pacing and the gimmicks and stuff really hold it back. the new combo system feels great, man. What else are you planning on adding? I haven't talked to you for a while, so I'm unsure what else you're gonna add. I'll make the video for it, probably later today. I kind of took most of today off, because I never take a day off. I work on this channel like every day, and I never take a break, and I'm kind of like trying to change that. Not work so hard. So today I mostly just hung out with the kiddies and played a little bit of stuff off stream. I mostly just chilled today, which is something I definitely needed. I feel a lot better. I need to do that more often. I'm a hard worker to a fault. I've always had a hard time like taking a break and just like mentally not doing anything. I'm always trying to work on something, but I don't always know when to stop, so I get to times where I just like I crash. Like after I made the guide for this game, I was just like crashed for a few days. I couldn't really do much. That's what clinically anxious people deal with every day, though, which is what I am. Overworking yourself until you're tired because you're not capable of relaxing like other people. Your mind always has to be stimulated, otherwise you start thinking about everything that's wrong. Which isn't a bad thing, you know, we make great hard workers. It's just you get to the point where you just crash. Alright, I think I can axe the rest of this stuff. That's right, the American version of Streets of Rage 3 was artificially difficult. They made the game a lot harder, which just makes that game worse because it already has really bad pacing. I forgot about that. Like I said, I did not grow up with a Genesis. I was a Nintendo kid until the Dreamcast, pretty much. By that point, I was already a teenager, but like my childhood years, I did not have any Sega consoles. I had a lot of friends that had them. So I did grow up with pretty much all three Streets of Rage games. It's just I had to go to friends' houses to play them. I played a lot of the Nintendo beat-em-ups a lot more, and then stuff in the arcade too. But I grew up with those games as much as anybody else. Just didn't have them at home. I feel like most kids, unless they were really rich or had like older siblings that handed their consoles down, generally only grew up with Sega or Nintendo. I knew one kid who was rich. He had like all the new consoles and stuff. His parents were really well off. But everyone else I hung out with as a kid had one or the other. Pretty much never both. It's off to a great start. Great run. Great run. I'm pretty tired. I don't know if playing this was the smartest adult decision I've made. See if Samurai comes back. Maybe he'll run some stuff with me. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna go to bed. It's almost 1 in the morning here. That didn't piss me off, though. I was kind of expecting that. Play with randoms in this game. Hey, Kratos, are you still here? What are you going to add to, the rest of 2.3? So I'm curious. So having the screen lock and the extra juggle system is actually really cool. I was having fun playing with it today. one shot. Yeah, I'd say just go. Wise choice. One of the worst things doing this mode with randoms is the people that try to clear everything. And then like 80% of the time what happens is they just wipe. You definitely have to like balance what you do. It's almost always not worth doing everything unless it's a floor that you like mastered. You can clear pretty consistently. Otherwise, you're just risking a wipe. Oh. He actually would have been worth getting all the buffs for, because he has a fuck ton of random hyper armor. Out of all the humanoid bosses, he's one of the ones that cheats the most. course. That's why I went for the Gaki first. No one else did. They're the most dangerous generic mook in like any video game. Just the presence of any of those ones that put that paralysis poop on the ground can make things go south real fast. Alright, good. The gremlins are gone. Good. Oh, we're just going. Wow. I'm shocked. This is a good party. Shockingly good party. Some levels are a real nightmare to traverse, so trying to clear everything kind of just prolongs the inevitable of wiping. Nice. I hope these people stick around. This is a damn good party. Everybody's pretty good, and they're not trying to they're not trying to 100% everything. That's like the best you can ask for from randoms in this game. It's a Christmas miracle. Getting people that just want to progress. So you can always make up the stuff you skip by just finding a level you can farm that you're comfortable with. Comfortable with the boss, and you have all the locations memorized. Like, definitely can be better to just make progress like these people are doing. I get a couple good upgrades from this too, which is nice. Glad I decided to go on this tonight. This hasn't been stressful at all, it's been fun. Gonna go down and fight the purples or what? What's the plan here? There's a mess down there. Yeah, I would not go down there either. Long neck guy and then a purple axe dude. He's getting outplayed right now. Outplayed. Now let's get the long boy this way. Alright, you guys just keep on playing a shooter. Okay, I think it's better to engage at this point, folks. Yep, yeah, that's what long boys do. Good. What a hot mess that was. That was not a pleasant combination of enemies. Not in the slightest. Purple back there. fight the purple or what? Purple just gonna sit there and sit in the corner. Guess purple is getting skipped. Surprise enemy crab. Alright, gonna go or do more? I guess they want to do more. Yes, no, maybe? A little uncertain. Yeah, put him in the drink. this guy needs to go. It's like, no one's going for this guy. Think I can take care of him now? Just ignore the sniper completely. I hope these people retry. They aggroed everything at once. Nobody's prioritizing the damn sniper. This fucking guy ruined everything. Take one. Please, for the love of the RNG gods, just continue. Don't try to do more. That was not worth it at all. Far from it. It's not a good idea. Yeah, let's just go. Pretty high chance of wiping now. Everybody got downed at once. That's cool though, still got 3 floors done. If these people leave, I'm just gonna hop off for tonight. I'll do my part, I'll summon kitties. Maybe that will increase the odds. 3 cats. Alright.
やはり同じ刀を持つ者、浅からぬ縁を感じるな。
Sweet revenge. No one likes this boss. Yeah, human bosses, general strategy for human bosses in this mode is, if you're struggling with them, you summon 3 kitties. Combination of the meter regen, and then the fact that they do key damage, it pretty much just locks them down. I summoned the kitties because I didn't want to lose this group. Because this is actually a really good group. They're not trying to clear everything, which is what makes a lot of the randos you get. Makes them wipe a lot, as they try to clear too much. You have to keep in mind the length of the level, how far apart the Kodama are, the spawns, and then the fact that everything gets scaled up when you're in a party. It's not worth clearing everything most of the time, unless you have a really competent party, like people you actually know, not just randoms like this. And these people seem to understand doing like 50 to 75% of it, which is 2 or 3 Kodama respectively, is generally the sweet spot. Because then you have a good balance of getting the buffs and drops. Regardless of your, even if everybody's somehow at the same skill level, bullshit happens in this game, and you can wipe really easily. But these people seem to understand that. Sometimes you gotta swallow your pride and just leave the level early. Otherwise, you're just gonna wipe. Even on the levels I like master, the guy, I was only doing like 2 or 3 per level. Past that point, you're just increasing the chance of dying, which is keeping you away from things like treasure rooms and then boss loot. You're missing out on all that if you keep dying. Better to do what you can clear consistently. Yeah, 3 cats and 3 competent players with good builds generally means the boss is just going to die. It's pretty helpful if at least one person puts 3 cats down. On yokai bosses, what it basically does is it makes it so everybody's anima meter regen is like through the roof. You can still get hits done too, but human bosses, they can't do anything. Which, considering the bullshit they can pull, is it's a blessing. You definitely want that. Problem is, unless you go back to town, you're only going to have access to 9 cats, so you can try to be more liberal with them, or just do 3. It still basically guarantees you're going to have a good chance of beating the boss. 3 cats and 1 boss. Especially if people are actually using their support abilities, they're going to be pretty much locked down. Shit, I didn't know someone else was in here. Fuck. Sorry. kills for them. Okay, gotta get this dickwad over here. Top priority. First stormtroopers. Camera's great right now. Luckily, that was not a more formidable enemy. I could have ended the run right there. Alright, what's the plan? Continue or go? Nice. I picked a good time to log on to this tonight. Yeah, I was expecting to get pissed off and just go to bed, but this has been pretty fruitful. I seem to understand that only doing half is actually pretty good. High chance of clearing. And keeping the assist gauge up too. What's this, like the 5th floor I've done tonight? Considering there's only 108 floors, that's a hell of a lot of progress. More than I was expecting tonight. I don't know if I need to summon the power of the kitties just yet. I think I can hold off, depending on which boss this is. Yeah, I think this is where kitties. This is a shit boss. Alright. We have summoned the kitties. Everybody's spamming Ghost Key. Blame them. This boss is Garbo. Yep. Fuck this boss. I think we need another kitty. This boss is so lame. is this boss still alive? This boss is so dumb. Just running away and spamming, not doing anything else. It's just boring to fight. Why did it have to be this boss? Any other boss would be better than this one. Doing the run. Projectile spamming in a melee game is what everybody loves. Instead of the boss actually doing something interesting. Just running away and spamming projectiles. Great fun. All this spam and still won't die. I wish they never added this boss. Can't ever get close to it. Just die already. Way too much health for how annoying it is to fight. Having too much fun with the other bosses. Actually dying quickly. I need to add this boss. It's like the polar opposite of fun. Oh man, that did a number on the assist gauge. What a shit boss. Best of the worst. Cream of the crap. I don't think there's anybody who still plays this game that likes that boss. Common complaint with it is that it's too passive. All the projectile spam means that you can't safely engage with it. You spend a lot of time just standing there, which is boring. And if you get impatient and you try to approach it, a lot of times what happened there is ends up being it. They leaving? Oh, that was a good run. I could not have done that myself. I can't burst that boss down fast enough. It's a battle of attrition, which means that it's really boring. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna back out at this point. Got like 6 levels done today, which is not bad. And you consider there's 108. 6 levels in a day, especially when I wasn't planning on playing this today, is pretty damn good. Don't know if I got anything that's an upgrade though. I think this is mostly junk. That one's almost good. But I've already got a good piece there. Tonfa, junk. Plus 56 dropped, that's not bad, so that's gonna go up. These are both at 4,000 attack, which for light weapons is a ridiculous amount. Yeah, I think that's as good a stopping point as any. run. I had a feeling they were going to leave after that. I can kind of see why they did. It would have taken like two yokai realms with no deaths to actually get all that gauge back. Oh no, don't do that. Oh no, I don't wanna do the grace. Is there anything in here that's worth it? Transform bonus. I think I can just axe all this stuff. Yeah, there's nothing good in there. I need ultimate strength on this scroll, but the game refuses to give it to me. I think I've done this scroll a couple dozen times now, and it just keeps giving me poop. Nice if that changes now, but it won't. It's gonna give me really crappy options, because that would be like another 10% key damage, which for this build is huge. Could bully the enemies even harder. Got one more. That's gonna be the end of the stream after this. It is almost 2 in the morning. Time to go night-night. About to go to bed after this. I've been on for hours. Way longer than I intended to be on. How's the grind? I had a good party just now. But they left. So I'm just running this scroll. Probably gonna stop for tonight. a.m. 2 a.m. right now in Burgerland, which is where I live. Very late here in Burgerland. That's why I'm getting kind of tired. What happened? Okay. I was like in the middle of transforming. Come on, man. He died too. Wow. Okay, why did my counter not work? Can't believe he's still alive. I don't know what happened there. I mean, it doesn't help that it's 2 in the morning. That's not helping either. My level of play has greatly deteriorated. That's the last run I've got anyway. Pretty good stream. Played some Streets of Rage, LNS Ultimate, and I played this. Big gaming. And I got shit rolls too. Pure poop. Basically, I got nothing but poop tonight. All poop today. No good drops. That one's not usable. Nope. Yeah, I don't think I got anything. straight hoop. I did make some progress in the underworld today, though, so that's good. I wasn't expecting to play this for as long as I did. I was just gonna log on until I got pissed off and peace out. But let's go put those upgrades in before I forget. What's up, Grove? Upper limit should be like plus 60 now, I think, after this, which is going to help. 4K attack on both weapons. Ow. Yeah, I think the upper limit's going to be plus 60 now. Definitely am noticing that I'm doing more damage. There's a couple 57s in here already, so should be like probably 60, 61, 62 now. Bad. Well, I'm not going to do more of this right now. Alright, it's nighttime for me. It is 2 a.m. in Burgerland. Played a lot today. Later on today, the grind continues. Try to be on a little bit earlier today. I haven't even touched any of my Steam sale stuff, but that's kind of the intention. Kind of trying to leave that for January. Because January does not have many releases I'm interested in. It's mostly just, next month is like Cyber Shadow. A couple other indie games. And that's basically it. So, just trying to build up a little bit of a backlog. I didn't buy much from the Steam sale, actually. I only bought 3 games. Neither of them will take much time to get through. One of them is early access. So, actually, 2 of them are early access. I've got some stuff to play. January is going to be pretty barren. Let's see here. Darksiders 2, I might go back to. Avengers I haven't touched. The new character is really fun. It's probably going to be a January project. This I haven't finished. Bought Ori 2. I haven't touched Cholsu yet. Dreamscaper. Seems decent. I don't know if I'll really stick with this game. I'm not going to refund it. Seems like they're making the combat better. Astral Gunners is early access. I really enjoyed what little I played of this. And release-wise, pretty much just... Where is it? Somewhere in here. Actually, this. I'm excited for this game, too. A Cyber Shadow, I believe, is like 2 weeks from now? 3 weeks from now? I've been waiting for this game for 26th, yeah, the end of the month. I'm an old fart, so games like this make me very happy. This looks really good. And then Neo 2 is coming out on PC beginning of February? So Probably get a review key for that, but I probably won't do much with it until there's cheat engine codes and if there's mods, because I'm like 250 hours into the PS4 version. I'm not entirely sure I want to start over, but I can probably do a lot of the I wouldn't call it hacking, but the value finding. Can probably give myself like infinite money and stuff and just plow through it. It's probably what I do. That way I can get a port review out pretty quickly. But yeah, I don't know when that will be. It's probably not going to be until the second half of next month. This doesn't come out until the end of the month. The Rancock Skies doesn't come out. This is there. A lot of the other stuff I'm playing is not getting updated anytime soon. There's probably going to be the update on closers soon. Yeah, this looks really solid. I'm really excited for this game. Be good stuff. That dash slash looks so good. Actually, I think this comes to Game Pass, but I killed my Game Pass subscription. I was not using it. I was just donating money to Microsoft. Sometimes they have really cool stuff like this, but for the most part, it's mostly like AAA and indie games that have been out for like a year. Like they just put Doom Eternal on there, like what, like last week or something. I think everybody who was serious about playing Doom Eternal has bought it by now, especially since it's $20 on Steam right now. You have no excuse at this point. At least if you're playing on PC. On console, it's a little bit more expensive. But yeah, I'm done for tonight. Uh, I need to grab some groceries tomorrow, and probably grab some lunch. After that, it's probably going to be more of the same. LNS, Street of Rage 2X, and then I think I'm going to focus on those games. Then I'll start the stuff I bought in January. I think that'll be better for everybody. I don't really feel like starting another game right now, as Neo's been taking up a lot of my time. I haven't even touched closers in like a week since the DLC came out. I don't want to overwhelm myself with starting too many games. That's kind of why I bought some stuff. I bought some stuff now that I can check out. Like, I might sprinkle Avengers in there too, because that new character is pretty fun. She actually has worthwhile loot. A lot of the characters in that game have really boring loot. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys in the afternoon mostly.